Alright, I need some fuel. Let's go over here and get some fuel. Made some small adjustments earlier off stream. Didn't do a whole lot of work, but got some fuel going for us over here. That way we have, somewhere to get fuel than just like off the line, because that's just a pain in the butt. It's almost full. I've actually had the game running for about an hour now, so maybe a little longer. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna go up here. We got our oil up there already. That's good. So we did our math wrong, basically, initially, like when I first built the computer factory, and so basically I've got way more copper than I actually need. So I only need like half of this, really. So I could really just delete like a whole level. But I'm still like taking up the space, so I mean, I don't know. So I could just delete all of this. That's what I'll do. Oh! I hate when I do that. Almost erase the foundation. Oh, and just erase the foundation. That's alright, we can replace it. Not a big deal, just not ideal. Alright. So we're going to go up top here, and we're going to modify this cable factory. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm like trying this modular thing. I'm not really sure how well it's working out. I think it does have some advantages. It's not the most scalable. I'm trying to make it scalable, but it's not the most scalable. I think what's nice though is that I can thin out the ore on the front end. I've got a little bit of redundancies like in line up over here, and that once those are cleaned up, then I could start stealing ore and moving that around, moving the raw materials around, instead of moving around, basically like busting around materials, right? Okay, so let's see, where are we at here? Okay, so what we want to do is, no, we don't want the crap belt, we want the good belt, right? So I think where I messed up was when I did my math, I accounted for basically one copper being one spool instead of one copper being 3 spools. And so that's definitely what screwed me up. So that's okay. We don't really have a whole lot of copper ripping right now anyway. Where most of our redundancies are is in the steel beam. As you can see right here, we've got 2 constructors, and that's just not necessary. So really just need 1 constructor, and then with that, I think we can eliminate a foundry or 2, which ultimately eliminates a couple of belts at 1 per second of ore. So that can definitely be used elsewhere. So there's going to be a lot of optimization that's going to be done in this factory, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I'm going to get the quantum computers running, get those automated first, and then we'll go back and clean things up, get things optimized, and then figure out what we can do with the resources that we do have currently to eliminate searching for nodes as much as possible and having to put up mines and running bridges and bringing stuff over. There apparently is a crap ton of belt like this way. I mean, not belt. Excuse me. There's a crap ton. What's up, dude? Yeah, dude, you heard of Satisfactory? It's kind of like Factorio, except in 3D, if you heard of Factorio. It's early access currently. I think it's about $30 on Epic Games Launcher. And there's supposed to be an update coming out at the end of April and the end of May to unlock 2 more tiers of research. So that should be cool. Hell yeah, dude. This is kind of late game right now. Just trying to basically automate the last item that I don't have automated, and that's like the quantum computers, which is actually pretty much this mess here. So I lost my car. What did I do with my car? I had a car somewhere around. Oh, there it is. It does support multiplayer, which is cool, and they don't limit you on the number of players, but currently there's no dedicated servers, so you have to host it locally on your box. So there are some connectivity issues, of course. The game is surprisingly stable as shit, so I've been building like crazy, and god dang it, okay, and I haven't had any problems with frame rates or anything like that. So this is the supercomputer, and it takes 2 computers, 2 AI limiters, 3 high-speed connectors, and 21 plastic. And so then you got to build up each of these things individually, and that's basically the infrastructure that you see behind me here. So I'm currently working on my 2nd computer factory. I've got 1 down here. So this thing is already chugging along here. It makes 1 computer every 32 seconds. And then I got a storage container where I'm just kind of storing stuff right now. And then I have a heavy modular frame factory over here, which is like a whole different thing. Yeah, I still play drums. What kind of question is that? I don't have my drum set with me. I've been playing just the djembe mostly. I mean, I still play like the desk, if that counts. So heavy modular frames. This is a behemoth of a factory. Okay, so basically, let's see. Yeah. So from this point right here where I'm pointing, all the way over is for the heavy modular frame factory. And yeah, this guy, he's producing 1 heavy modular frame every 30 seconds. So if I wanted, to double that, I'd have to double all of this. So, but again, I'm building in a modular form instead of I mean, I don't know what you would call this, modular or I really don't know. A lot of people do copper wire factory over there, and then they do heavy steel plate, double that shit. Dude, that's a big double, dude. I don't know. Maybe one day. I'm gonna have to go north and get some resources eventually. Alright, I need to get on top of this thing is what I need to do. I'm over here just dicking around, jumping around, not really doing anything. Do it, pussy. Ugh. Is that a challenge? Dude, I had to like draw block diagrams just for that shit, dude. Like on paper. So I guess you could say half the work's already done. You just gotta replicate it. Oh, there's a frame loss there. Okay, so this is... I'm cleaning up some garbage that I got going on. Because I kind of overproduced some shit, so... Yeah, pretty much, Nat. Like, I'm basically laying it out left to, or from right to left, and then, like, if I need, like, more than one thing, then I just stack it on top of it. For example, like, everything you see on this top level here is reinforced iron plate. But I need 3 of these, so I've got them stacked 3 tall, basically. Or heavy modular frame, sorry. Heavy modular frame, yeah. Conveyor walls? No, I haven't tried conveyor walls yet. I don't really like spaghetti boxes, so that's what I guess they're calling them these days. But anyway, so, yeah, so I've got 3 assemblers here, and everything... So they're all producing the same shit, right? And that feeds in down here, which is part of the recipe for the heavy modular frames. That's smart. Yeah. Yeah. So, I've kind of like lifted this like platform up off the ground, and then like I'm extending it like out over this kind of like void area. And then that way I kind of just have like a lot of room, basically. And then the foundations help with just like alignment and stuff. But here's some resources coming in. This is a kind of a fucking madhouse down here. This is all iron ore coming in. And so this is all Mark 1 belt. That's all I had at the time. So that's why there's a crap ton. Yeah, well, you know me. I'm like pretty technical and like... It's like, you know, I guess I use my own skills from like work and shit, kind of like reflect in this game. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So pretty much you're like on this planet with nothing, and you just begin destroying its ecology. You should see my power plant, man. I've got coal power. I got coal power, and I got basically gasoline power. Because there's oil and stuff. Oh, actually, I'm going to use this. The cool thing about these belts is that you can actually ride them. So it helps like speed you up. And then you can fly, and you maintain speed, and it kind of helps you get around the map a little bit. So over here is my refineries that are making fuel. And then this stuff's going up to this second level here. Second and third level. Oop. Yeah, man. So coal power down here. These are coal power plants. And then again up here is my fuel. And I got 2. And these fuel generators are just like massive. I know, I'm like, oop, okay, yeah, here we go. So I put a roof on this, mostly for, you know, future expansion if it's required, but, I don't remember how many are up here, 24 I think, 24, but, we're consuming, we consume, like, 22 peak, right, 22 gigawatts, and I'm capable of doing 4.8 gigawatts. Oh, dude, yeah, George Bush would love this, dude. There's even more oil up north, too. There's like a patch of like 5, like, pure nodes. So like power is not an issue. I'll probably eventually convert all the way to fuel. That way I can just completely annihilate, you know, this atmosphere. I'm already turning it purple, look. I'm just kidding, it was just always like that. But the game looks good, I like it. Yeah. Terraforming. Yeah, that would be cool. It's in early access, so there's definitely room for, you know, stuff. I mean, what game comes out these days that's not like pre-alpha to the fucking, you know, like... But this game is actually surprisingly stable for what it is. I mean... And they've been able to do something that really like nobody's been able to do yet, with the exception of Minecraft. But that's like show like items moving on belts, right? I mean, Factorio did it, but they were also like 2D, and this is like a lot more. There's a lot of shaders going on. There's lots of all that, you know. What do they call them? Fucking vertices or some shit. Anyway, so yeah, so you can see the items on the belt moving. Of course, I'm sure you guys have noticed. Okay, so this is also excessive. So they keep track of all these items, but then they can still, like, the game like runs like no problem. So I'm thinking that the items on the belt are some kind of illusion. And they've like I don't know how they did it, right? Okay. So that copper wire basically comes to these assemblers here. And then I got the plastic hooked up. I just got to get the copper wire in here. I got this this factory scaled down. Oh wait, damn it! I deleted that and I didn't mean to. I wasn't supposed to. That's all right. We'll just rebuild it. Whatever. And the other cool thing is that when you pick up shit, right? Like, see, I mean, I'm deleting stuff. Like, you get 100% of the materials back. So there's no loss associated with like taking stuff up and like replacing it. Let's actually see how much copper wire this needs, because putting 3 out of every 4 seconds. Oh wait, copper wires for this. Duh. I just explained that. Okay, 12 every 12 seconds. We really only need 2, to be honest. Alright. The belt mechanics are pretty good too. You can be as organized or as sloppy as you want. There's actually a guy on YouTube who just like all he does is just make like really dumb belts. They like just go back and forth and up and down and like just like all tangled up with each other for like no reason, but just because that he can. Like, oh, it's dark out. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's a time suck though, so you know how that is. I've been kind of chipping away at this though for I don't know. I think it's been out. It's been out. Yeah, it came out in like. It's been out for like a month and a half, I think. No, the world isn't a grid. So like this is the grid. So like when you build on this, you can only like snap. You snap to like 90 degrees. That's kind of a bad example though, actually. Let me get something else here. Okay. So see that it's snapping to 90 degrees, but if you go and this guy just like flies right through my base, like no fucks given, dude. Like. Right through it. That's one of those early access alpha like just things that you just like kind of ignore. Procrastination. Yep. I feel you, dude. So like if I were to place this over here, now I have much finer resolution on my like ankle. So yeah, but you can place shit wherever. Oh, you see this thing? The space elevator? That's what that is. So this game is made by the same guys that made Goat Simulator, believe it or not. So they actually decided to make like a serious game. Yeah, I don't know what the engine is. I don't think it's Unreal. It's not. No, it's not. It could be Unity. I don't know. You might have a better idea. Fucking Russians. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like these guys are not from the United States for sure, but they are very American. At least the guy that. I don't know. But yeah, the Goat Simulator guys, Jesus Christ, dude, of all people, right? But hey, it works, you know. And there's quite a few like YouTubers out there right now that are like making videos, and they're like getting like, you know, 40, 50,000. One guy was getting like hundreds of thousands of views, dude. I was like, wow, there's a lot of people like watching this game. So yeah, the space elevator demands a sacrifice. Right now, I've maxed it out, so there's some tiers that are going to be unlocked. You're going to unlock tier 7 at the end of this month, and then tier 8 at the end of May. That's what they said. That's their roadmap. But you can pipe resources right into it, so it looks like, you know, I'm hoping in the future like these upgrades are going to be pretty damn expensive, because just from what I've seen, people are like automating the like out of their minds, dude. Like, this is kind of my original factory over here. So it's kind of dormant right now because all the supply crates are full. So nothing's moving. Technically, I could grab these ore lines and move them elsewhere if I wanted to, if I needed the resources, or at least split from them. This is your hub. Oh, ouch. So yeah, this is your hub. So this is like where all your tech upgrades and like your construction takes place. So here you can see like there's different tiers, and I pretty much unlocked everything except for this gas mask one. Which I could do now that I have like these resources automated. It's much easier than like trying to build it by hand, which is what you do over here. So this craft bench is like where you build shit by hand. So for example, you have to like hold this button down with your like mouse. Yeah, coffee stain, Swedish. Yes. That now I remember. Then you have an equipment workshop. Where you can build another plethora of things. There's a color gun, which is cool, so you can like color things. Spiked rebar and rebar gun. There are weapons in here. There are weapons that they give you, because there's actually like aliens that will attack you and stuff when you go exploring. So they give you some weapons. The weapons are very, very Goat Simulator-ish, because like it takes forever to get the rebar gun. You have to get to like Tech 6 or some shit, and like otherwise you have like this basher thing, which is just like a blunt thing. And they give the first thing they give you is basically like a little like taser, and it does like no damage. But the guns are just like, I don't know, they're just dumb. Like here, I'll show you. Let me get my rebar gun. Okay, and like the only way to equip things in your hand is you have to go into your your inventory, and click and drag it. So like, I'll shoot this like just over here. Okay, so it's a one shot, and then you gotta reload. It's like, okay. Oops, wrong button. I'm trying to put this thing away. Okay. There's food to eat so you can heal yourself, but I'm only at... You will always auto like regen like 3. UI sucks. Yeah, I think there's some provisions for some hotkeys. And also making it a little bigger, I think. But I don't know, I've kind of gotten used to it now, to be honest. Yeah, definitely less of a focus on combat. There's definitely a lot of like people in the community that want to see that, you know, like playing a bigger role in the game, combat that is. Sorry, I didn't know how to. I was trying to figure out how I was going to say that. But they do pay ode to the goat simulator. If you look right here on the screen, turn my flashlight off. There's a goat as the login icon. With the name Pilgor. So they've added their, like, you know, their coffee stain touch. Yeah, it's definitely a builder game for sure. You also have a research station, so you can put things in here, which also gives you tech. So there's more than one way to get tech. So this like forces you to explore, which is cool. There's like crashes. The crashes also demand a sacrifice, so you have to give them something. Usually power, sometimes materials, and then they give you a hard drive. You research it, and then you get some, you know, technology. Haven't researched these yet though. I haven't found any more mycelia yet. So just kind of waiting there. But yeah, there's a lot in the game currently. I could spend probably too long, you know, going on about all the crap that's in here, but. So this is like my big factory. It's behind me currently. I'm gonna go over here so we can get a better look at it. All right, there we go. It's pretty big. It's a big ass thing. I wrote my name on it. Yeah, this is early access. Their roadmap again now is like they want to release Tier 7 at the end of this month, and then Tier 8 at the end of May. They're also talk about allowing mods, and I think that's probably if they want this game to soar, like adding mods would be like the best thing they could do. And then like a map editor, so people could put in like custom nodes and stuff. You know, so that people could like add like all new like you know, resources and like, you know. It is, and I think I said this earlier. I don't know if you heard. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh shit, now I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh well, maybe it'll come back to me. took that belt to the wrong place. So how many do I need here? Okay, so I do need 2 per. Oops. I've been playing some Apex Legends and use C to slide, and so like sometimes I, you know, just like out of like muscle memory will just hit the C key, which in this game is a scan for resources. So, see, boom, there it goes. And it tells me where the resources are. Down a constructor. New smelter. It's good. And then I'm going to use a splitter. Now I'm just using these Mark IV belts, dude. They just like rip. It's like 470 items per minute or something like that. Just bring it behind. Come around the backside. It's going to ruin my life, dude. Oh. Gotta, everything in moderation. That's what I say. I mostly like just play like on the weekends, you know, or like for an hour here and there. Like today, like my girlfriend's at work and she's a nurse, so she works 12-hour shifts. So like she gets up at 6:30. Dude, you better believe I was like up at like 9 o'clock. I was like, all right, getting on Satisfactory, gonna hit it. I got a quantum computer factory to build. Let's rip it. Alright, so now I'm gonna put a merger over here. This will bring everything together on one belt. Just like that. Alright. Just gonna run this shit all willy-nilly, like no one gives a rat's ass. Doesn't have to be, you know, the neatest thing in the world. We are gonna have to go over a belt, so we're just gonna do that. Yeah, I got a Discord going right now. I got one person in there. I actually got him. Yeah, and so it's just me and him, but it's not very active at the moment. Oh shit, that might cause problems. I think that the belt mechanics can use a little work on the towers here. It's kind of hard to, you know, get it on which side that you want. I think that there was like if you just like held it there and there was a toggle button, you know, that you could just hit a button. If it was on the wrong side, it would switch. That'd be ideal. All right, so that's ready to rock and roll. So I'm gonna put a merger here. So we'll merge our circuit cards, or circuit boards, or whatever they call them in this game. PCBs, I'm used to calling it a PCB. Circuit board. So this factory that I'm hooking up right now is going to yank about another 1,300 gigawatts. No, sorry, 1.3 gigawatts, 1,300 megawatts. So I'm hoping I'm going to have enough power for this and not have to expand just yet. But God knows what's going to happen when they put the update out. There's actually other ores in here that like I haven't even added to my list of stuff that I can find yet. But you can see it like in the game still, you know. There's stuff like people have found like uranium. People are saying it's going to be like nuclear power and stuff, so that should be cool. There's like quartz. There's this stuff called bauxite. Right now it's pretty much just iron, copper, coal, oil. And then you do have access to this stuff called caterium or caterium. I don't know. It's some kind of weird ore that they named it like after cats or something. Actually, I'm gonna need that port for my. Like this. Oh, and you just watch. So I just select the Mark IV belt, point it at a Mark 1 or anything less than a Mark IV, and if I can find one, and then it'll just upgrade it. I don't think you can do it with machines though. See, I could just like click and it would upgrade. But you do have to go kind of like piece by piece, right? So like you see how this piece, like, right? It's just what's in blue is going to upgrade. So then if I wanted to do this entire belt, I'd have to, you know, go down the line here, right? If I got long belt runs, I usually like try to string the belt as far as I can in like the longest sections I can. This is already a Mark 6 or 4, so, but yeah. And then that way, but sometimes you gotta, when you get close to the base, you gotta do a little bit of like, you know, do some shenanigans to get your belts in, which is basically what you're seeing down here. So there's iron nodes underneath here that oh yeah. So this is just kind of like call this spaghetti. There's also places on the map like this that you can't go. This like green like smoke shit will damage you. So that's kind of what the gas mask is for, which I haven't researched just yet. Actually, let's go research that. Why not? I was just playing Apex Legends with fucking Gary Ayotte and Chris Greiser last night, dude. Alright, yeah, we gotta go get the resources for it, but let's go select the milestone, that way we'll know what we need. Alright. So on the top right hand corner of my screen, you can see the materials that I need to get to the milestone. Similarly, you can also use the you can use this menu here as a plus button. So then it'll show you what resources you need to build it. So you can like add it to like a to-do list basically. So you can pretty much do that for anything in here. So if I wanted to build, like, for example, like a manufacturer, there we go. So then it says right here, it says, you know, we'll get rid of that. To manufacture, so it says I need 3 computers. But I could say, okay, I have one. What if I want like, you know, 5? I can just like go like that, you know. All right. So I'm gonna go grab the motors first because they're the closest. Alright, we got 50. So we gotta get 50 computers and 50 heavy modular frames. Which, if we get up there and our crates are starting to get full, the computer side's not going to be getting full soon, but I think that the heavy modular frame side is going to be getting there. Oh, I thought I heard something outside. Sorry. Yeah, so the heavy modular frame factory, its storage should be getting full soon, so I might add some more storage to that. But yeah, I think I said this before. I don't know if you were in here when I said it, but this game is multiplayer. There's no dedicated server just yet, so you have to host it locally. So there are some issues depending on like how good people's connections are, or who's hosting it, and how good their connection is, right? And they recommend no more than 4, but they don't limit you to just 4. Which is pretty cool. I took like the longest ass way to get to this. What the hell am I doing? Oh shit, someone's calling me. Hello? What's up? Oh yeah. Yeah, man, no problem. Thanks for tuning in. Actually, gonna have to take a quick break here as well. So I'll probably be gone for, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. We'll be back live here pretty soon. So until then, I'll see you guys. Have a good one.